We, dude, okay, I was about to say, why is the record button? Good thing I was like paying attention that the thing would actually be on. Welcome, welcome. A good Saturday morning. I gotta make sure that I sit up straight because there's something about this other camera and landscape mode that I feel like sometimes I'm like not in the middle. We definitely have plenty of games to play, like I always say. I did make sure to create the wheel. So that way, Snack, how's it going? To create the wheel. So that way, when it comes to actually picking a demo, I don't have to think about it. It makes it a lot easier. But we did end up getting two games that were under $1. Conquest, which is like a survivors like game. So we're going to play that. What else did I get? Hell Clock. It's not really a survivor. It's more of a Hell Clock would be more of a Hades type game, I believe. I got to remember off the top of my head what the demo I played was about. So, and considering my memory sucks, I don't remember too good. But yeah, I think Hell Clock is like a Hades type game. So we got both of those for under $1. And then outside of that, if we have time, we'll play some demos. But like I said, we got that on the random generator. This is not a demo. That's an actual game. I feel like I should take these out of the you playing category and put them down here in the uncategorized. Is this ever gonna? I don't know why they gave me access to a playtest that they're just never gonna let me play. But throw it down in there. I do know something. Okay, well, we have failed at making sure TTS is alive and well. So let me go ahead and go down that route of getting that started. Do I have to do both? Most likely, I would assume. I need to keep mentally telling myself to check Discord. That was the real reason for like even coming over here is to make sure Discord was working. Which one do I do first? It's got to be this one. No. Yeah, we definitely do this. It's almost like I've never streamed before. Is that... Okay, Discord. Of course not. I got to figure out what the hell is going on with... why this doesn't link anymore. Which means now I have to look into something. Unlike the TTS problem... This thing is definitely not going to fix itself. Hey, it's me. Can I pause this? What happens if I do this? That's got to take me here. Nice. All right, get rid of that. Let me put this in here. Make sure nothing of importance. I think I already did that once, didn't I? Maybe not. That's okay. All right, back at it. Back to playing games. All right, we played the demo for this game, which feels like a lifetime ago. But I always wait for games to be on sale. How much is this game actually on Steam? That would be even a better question. I don't even think I started TTS, to be honest. Now we start this. What is going on? There we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, dude, the fact that I'm remembering, how's it going? The fact that I am remembering things after, because usually if something goes into my brain, the second after, if I don't apply to that straight away, I'll forget it even existed. I think I have to delete this. That makes sense. All right, now it's game time. This is like a survivors-like type game. We played the demo like forever ago. What feels like, wasn't I trying to see what the cost of this game is on Steam? However, I did get it for $1. It says it's $10, but trust me, you can get it for $1. Just not on Steam. However, it'll give you a Steam key so that you can play it on Steam. Let's see here. I don't care about reading. The less reading, the better. I'm a zoned out. I don't. You know, on Conan, you can make your character naked. I just, for some reason, right away thought that this game would let you do that. I was like a Survivor's like where your chick's just got her naturals out running around. All right. What we got here? Primal Resistance. Why does this game almost feel like it has no sound whatsoever? Chance to spawn healing. A Barbarian is a good way to start. I don't really even like fully reading until I've played the game. Savage, two-handed, reduce, whatever. All right, we'll go that route. Reroll. Does that mean that every time we play this game, it's random? If I were to re-roll, maybe this is random? I do like luck. I am about the lucky life. Your character starts with 100 health and 10 lives. If you lose all your health, one of your lives is removed, your health resets to 0, and you're back, and you gain a bleed stack. Each bleed stack reduces your character's health by 1% per second, but can't deal fatal damage. Haster, Neil, how's it going? While bleed stacks cannot be removed, you can strengthen your defenses to mitigate the effects of bleeding. Build your character's defense is just as important as increasing your damage. The best way to counter bleeding is to avoid losing your lives altogether. Focus on improving your resistances, maximum health, dodge, and movement speed. If you already are bleeding, you can migrate its effects by stacking reduce bleeding rate or by boosting health regen. Okay. Obviously, there's already more going on there. Absent, how's it going? The one thing that would actually be good for me to read, automatic attacking. Do I have a weapon? I do not have a weapon. How do I get my hands on a weapon? Since I clicked, like on the main screen, since I like clicked the weapon, did I take it off? Hang on a sec. Okay, there's an arrow. Let's follow the arrow. Maybe the arrow will actually take me somewhere useful. It will not. Okay, I have to like abandon this run. I have a feeling that I accidentally took my weapon off, which is weird. You don't think they would let you do that? I want to see something. We're fine with that. Because they wouldn't really... It's the jiggle physics that get me every time. No, because we did pick it. Maybe you just don't start with auto build mode. What the hell does that mean? But this is definitely different, even though I feel like they were reversed. What the hell does auto build mean? All right, I guess we'll get a weapon. I guess we just use our hands at first. And then eventually we get a weapon. There we go. Okay. Now we get the grasp of it. You have to kill the dude who has your weapon first. I thought you would just start with one. The double axe pretty much has my name all over it. So we'll take it. I always tell myself that as long as I don't read, I do better. In every Vampire Survivor game I've ever played, as long as I've never read the text, I'll end up doing way better than when I actually start playing it and think I know what's going on. Irish Frank, how's it going? Slam the ground in front of you, causing a force that deals 375% max primal damage. Cost. I didn't even know we had energy. Throw 2 axes toward random enemies. I think that one sounds way cooler. I'm going to assume you don't have to pick that up. So how do I use the... I guess... Okay, just auto uses it. Thank God. I know that there's some people who play these Vampire Survivor-like games and actually left-click the whole time. Not me. The weird part is... Okay, so it looks like we have to hit people in order to get like stamina. I think that's what they called it. And then it uses the ability. So the whole bar must be 40 because the ability only takes 20, and once it gets to half, it uses it. Attack speed. Chance to spawn a healing soul. Attack speed increase per health lost. I'd be like a real... Oh, I was about to say, before I even read the name, I was like, that's like Berserker. Yes, it is. Damage increase per life loss. Imagine, though, if you had attack speed, right? The lower your health got, but then you had some kind of on-hit healing. Attack, reach, or arc. I think I'm going to go with attack speed. Even though this is the very first time I've ever played this, well, outside the demo, but it's not like I remember any of that shit. Even though so we're officially saying this is the very first time I've played this. We're going to pretend that there's going to be on-hit healing. And that's what we're going to train for. And it did say, the first one said something about healing orbs. However, it seems that healing orbs spawn even without picking it. That must have just increased the chance of that happening. Influence, how's it going? Movement charges. Crit damage. Are they saying that if I dodge, my next hit's a crit? What up, what up?
What up, buddy?
Okay. What up, what up?
Name has not been said.
I should say I got this. This is where I have to tell everybody that I got this game for $1 because I feel like that would be the best. That would be the most important thing I would want to know. Mex, did I say something about? Was it a GED social studies test? Anyways, Conquest Dark. It's very rare for me to go onto Facebook, but sometimes I go on there, I think, to like copy and paste shit in because it just makes life easier. And I may come at one math test away. Good luck. Dude, I'm telling you, anything I've ever learned in high school, if I had to go back and take a test on it, I don't fucking think. I don't think I'd be passing one bit. I remember I played a game that was like math related, and then it got to like the dividing part, like because it's like a Survivor's like in a way, but you had to like do math at the same time. If I ever had to do the dividing part, I would fail. All three with 0 studying. Maybe okay. I could just be dumb, or maybe the test is not as difficult as I would mentally think. Thank you.
Like 80 and
now hate the fucking game again. Why does it feel like it's slightly off? Hang on a second. Would that be a blur? What? That would have to be the link. It feels like... Dude, this is bugging me a little bit because this feels like... I think that's just... Oh, this is this bar. Is this an XP bar? That's weird that they'd have it at the top. I have great news, though. The great news... Hang on. Let me fucking pick something for once. Damage staggered taking.
These bullet hell games so much fun.
You know what's weird about these bullet hell games is that I always am mentally like, at some point in time, I'm going to get tired of playing these games, and it never happens. I'll like have stints where I'm like, okay, I did way too many of these games, but those stints will last like a month of me not playing it, and then I'll go back to it. I love it so much. It's the... What was I playing? There is
I'm literally about to buy the game, and now I have yet to sleep.
What genre is it? Some intermittent oh my god damn it. Incremental. There we fucking go, dude. Incremental games. I think it was what I was playing recently that I was like, there's only so much of this.
Bad.
There's only so much of this I can take. You know what's even better? $1.
Game name is Conquest Dark.
Look at that. Oh, dude, it's even cheaper than that. It's 50 cents. However, for those that don't know, I have a Discord link in my profile that'll take you to my Discord where most of us cool people hang out. And it gives you a bunch of play tests.
Wait, what?
Yes. So, okay, I'll give myself a little shout out real quick. I got a Discord link in my profile that you can join and talk to the regulars that show up here. What I mostly play demos, play test, anything that's super. It's either free or super cheap. All right, and then anytime I find them, I'll put them in here, like these ones, and then game sales.
Yay!
So
I
I
joined,
found.
but I'm not welcomed. Ha ha ha! So I'll pay the $10.
True, Mex has been hated on a little bit. But when I find a game that's super on sale, 50 cents. You can't beat that. You cannot beat 50 cents. So usually if I find... Is my sound cutting out?
Being hated for me being me is wild now.
All right, let's pick something. Attack speed increase per life lost. I was like, I wonder if it's when I turn my head that for some reason it backs off. Attack speed increase per life loss. Isn't it? Oh, because we did already pick it. Is this one of those things where I should pick multiple things? I'm going berserker, let's be honest. I feel like I was going down a route. Oh, he's right. So, what seems like, it was like, what, at least 3 or 4 months ago. So 3-4 months ago, I was like, dude, I really want to try to create a video game. However, when I was in the process of doing it, I realized that I was going to need to take a bunch of time out of my day in order to do it. It wasn't something I could just do within like an hour, because then I stream, so that takes some of the time away. So I was like, I need to find a way to passively make some money, so that way I can cut out bigger chunks of my like life to put towards gaming. We achieved the goal. I'm not saying it's a lot, but it's enough that I can now knock out a chunk of my day to devote towards doing the gaming stuff. So now I just got to do it and not be lazy. So I have been looking into it and working on it a little bit. We really haven't got much of anywhere. I was pretty much just celebrating the fact that I finally got it to where I got passive income going, so that way I can do this. So now we got to start the actual hard part. Well, I guess making passive income is hard. However, pushing myself to this game is ass. And it has no balance. Why do I feel this thing is off? That is odd. Why is it smaller than usual? Anyways. So, I mean, obviously, it took me 4 months to really set up the passive income part, which sounds easy. However, I mean, I've really been setting this up.
Game and installed LOL.
I really been doing this my whole life to get that going. However, now I gotta like bunker down and do the game creating part. Every 1 second, deal primal damage up to 3 random nearby. That sounds super cool. Every time I see this, I think I'm.
That's goals, homie. Nice.
Yes, it is. And so now we have to like, but creating the game, that is going to be a hard part. Now I just gotta like focus. Sometimes I feel like I have ADD, so it's going to be difficult. Okay, this one sounds cool. I keep thinking that these are abilities. I mean, they are abilities. They just use themselves. Spin a set of swords
Game
around
name
you.
is
I'm
Conquest
going down.
Dark.
I'm definitely down this route. Is there nudity in this game? When it first loaded, and it had the jiggle physics, I have to be very careful about when I said it.
Says it had.
Because obviously I keep saying jizzle physics. We're about to find out real quick. If I pick these, does it actually change my uniform? All resistance, movement speed, and crit. What do we have here? Bonus health. Movement speed is the one. I was just trying to figure out which one I was losing in the process. I don't really want crit damage because for the pure fact, did I change my... I did change it. You see these jiggle physics? Look at this. I fucking love gaming, dude. How long did it take to program that part? What a great hobby to have. But I have
That'd be tough though.
I have to like slowly say it, because if not, I'll say jizzle. I can't help myself from saying it. Damage taking. I was like, dude, if they're naked, TikTok would definitely ban me for that. However, we'll just take that hit if it comes. Damage taken. I'm 100%. I guess it is resistance. I'm so against taking things where it's like if you get hit, because mentally I'm like, if you're good enough, shouldn't you not get hit? We'll do attack arc. That'll be my downfall, obviously, in the end. Is thinking that I'll never get hit, and then oh wait, who's this little dude?
Game name
That's-
is Conquest Dark.
That pick up more stuff. How's it going, A and Sir Camelot? You know, it'd be funnier if this was like one of those. This would be funny if they made a game where you're a chick, and when you start off, you got a bunch of clothes on, and the more powerful you get, the less clothes that your character gets. Next thing you know, she just got like these arm things on. Bonus health. So far, we don't need reduced bleeding. These are like future. Let's pretend that we're never gonna get hit. Movement speed, power ability sounds pretty tight. You do up. I think if we're a berserker, let's try crit, because when we get low health, we'll attack faster. And everybody knows if you really want some crit chances, is this an ability? It means you got to swing
less
faster.
than a minute, LOL. Tight.
Dude, I'm telling you, when I very first played, I didn't even realize that you needed to pick up a weapon. But I also thought that that was a problem that I caused on myself. I could have so I swore that the last time I played Tarkov, you know, when not the update that just happened, but the update before that when it like officially released, I was like, I think that might be one of the last times I played. The new season came out, dude. I'm addicted. Even though it's the same Tarkov, I'm addicted. I think I managed in my brain to like justify the way I want to play the game. It's like when hang on, let's pick one of these before we start talking. I like attack speed. We've already more attack speed.
They changed a lot of the little things too.
Remember for the when there are people who can remember shit that they did forever ago, I'm like, and by forever I mean like 3 weeks. I'm kind of envious. Spawn, a healing wouldn't be bad. Or I think we try to get as many of these passes we get. I can only assume we can get only so many. Stack those first and then start leveling shit up.
Played Pox Autocratica yet?
Say something about a credit card? I would have to look into that. That shit doesn't sound familiar whatsoever. Does it have a demo? Because if it doesn't, I've never played it. I'll check it out once I finally die. I guess you could pause the game. Well, if I don't do it right now, I'll forget. All right, we're going to do it right now. I know me too well that I will forget to look this up if I don't look it up right now. I was actually looking at movies yesterday because me and Caitlin have a list of movies that we want to go through and watch. And I wanted to add one to the list. And we were doing something. We're trying to take something off a list. And I was like, I got to write it down right now or I'll forget. And she's like, you'll remember.
Yes, roguelite plus much more.
She's like, you will remember. Literally within 5 seconds, by the time it came time to write it down, I was like, I fucking told you we should have right then. Track, how's it going? I was like, I told you we should have wrote it. Or I told you I should have wrote it. It seems I am. Did I play a demo of this shit? First of all, I'm not paying. If there's anything you're going to know about this channel, if it's not a demo, a play test, or under $5, I ain't playing this shit. But I do have a following, which would only make sense if I played a demo of it. But I don't fucking remember this game at all. However, from the looks of it, I won't be playing this game anytime soon. All right, back to resume. I feel like I was going on to something. See, this is the problem, dude. I was like, I need to pick one of these stats and then go back to what I was saying. And now I fucking forgot again. But this game is $1 on Steam. It wouldn't say so, but trust me, it's $1. Actually, like I said, it's 50 cents. And for entertainment purposes, 50 cents. That's awesome. I'm sure that the way in which I buy games, you probably can't refund. You think a boss has bleed? This dude don't even have a weapon. For anybody who doesn't know the way the game works, you have 10 lives, but once you die one time, you start bleeding. It doesn't look like the boss has the same rule set that I live by. Because if he did live by the same rule set, then that would mean that once his health got to 0, he would start. Or for his first one, I don't know why. I thought once I beat him, the round was going to end. Request a refund so I can get the game for $1. Remember, dude.
Horse has 7 horsepower bars.
He does. I forgot that TTS thinks HP means horsepower. I forgot all about that. That shit's funny. However, when I lose a health bar, I actually like Korean style.
I had to refund before the Tuecha on Markelmau.
Korean style when it comes to boss health bars. I also like it better when the health bar changes colors. However, when I lose a life, I start bleeding. However, the boss doesn't look like he starts bleeding whenever he loses a life. Leap and land to do damage. Improve your dash. We're going to do leap and land. Is this a button I have to press? I mean, it sounds like a button I need to press, right? Like if I... Yes, okay. They have turned my dash into a leap ability. I just never used my dash before, so I wasn't really for sure. Good thing most of these games always use the same button, so that way it's intuitive.
Also doesn't have blood, Lafkree.
It's a skeleton, but Dark and Darker says that skeletons can bleed. So let that one sink in. We should go crit hit chance. We should go crit hit chance because we're trying to be very fast with hitting. Fuck. It looks like a chastity belt. Does she even have jiggle physics on her ass? Is this a... Just... Okay, I need to focus up. I really... What the hell? Okay. She's not going to jump where the mouse is. She's going to jump in the direction in which I'm walking. So, like this. Nice. Dude, that does a lot of effing damage. Oh, are they bleeding? Or do I can't tell if they were bleeding or the fact that I jumped on them made spikes hit the ground. And then that is slowly making them... How many of those do I get and what's the cooldown? That's what this... I thought that arrow at the bottom was pointing me to loot. It is not pointing me to loot. It is telling me my dash ability. Which does do a...
Okay, ... watching on PC is much better.
Late mode is by far what I like the most, but there's no telling. I was watching... Okay, come on. You can do this. You can pick an ability and remember about what you're about to say. Okay. I don't got this. Let's do health orbs. We're starting to lose health, which is obviously not a good idea. I actually just got done watching a video about how Gen Z, instead of investing in stocks, they now pretty much invest by gambling. And they don't, but it's because they mostly don't understand that investing in gambling is a bad thing. They actually see it as a way to invest, which makes sense because the way that the video was saying is, it seems that on Robinhood, you can link your financial account to a gambling account, which is just absurd. However, back when they had the old
So they're regarded.
It's hard to say if they're regarded or not, because if they're told their whole life one way, I will say, if you're told your life one way the whole time, you have to think outside the box from what you've been programmed to do. So there is a case where they've been programmed to think that that's okay. Hang on. We'll go this. However, I was watching this video, and ever since the whole GameStop thing, and then like Robinhood tried to stop people from like, they try to stop people from what, holding on to like GameStop stocks. They did something to try to help rich people not lose as much money anymore. At that point, I was like, Robinhood fucking sucks. And then this just goes to show that Robinhood does suck as much as I say it does. The fact that they're letting you use
Where
financial...
your Discord link go? LOL, I want that darn game.
It should be deals. Which I'll show here in a second again. However, hitting escape at this point is difficult. Okay, there we go. It should be... I can't tell if this is an actual question you're asking, Mex, or if you're trying to like self-promote me. But it should be game sales, and then right there. Hell Clock's not bad either for 55 cents. I mean, some of these you just like...
search deals.gg.
You don't like the game. Like 55 cents is not a bad way to try a game. It's definitely not early access. Some people love some early access. What was I? Oh, shit. I'm assuming that only... Yeah, okay. I was like, only hitting the bars should actually do anything, right? Okay, this is going to be difficult. I got all my love. I got my health back. I was actually, the bright side, I was like, we're going to hit faster. Damage taken. Staggered. What? Are they trying to say I'm going to take more damage? But in a good way, right? I'm not going to take more damage that like hurts. I'm going to take more damage without being hurt. I think that's what they mean. That's definitely what they mean. We should probably level up some resistances. This dude has a good attack. Well, I actually don't have a bad attack radius. Why does this turn me on? I am a gooner. 100%. All resistances, move speed, and piercing. Move speed, not a bad. Well, I think they all have move. Let's go health. I was like, I think they all have movement speed. So, since they're... I mean, the funny part was, too, when I was watching the video, because it was a CoffeeZilla video. They were equally talking about how there's always these influencers who at first are like, gambling is a bad thing, and I would never promote gambling. But then, like, they're like, they'll promote influence markets, or prediction markets is what they call it. And they're like, that's not a bad thing, but prediction markets is gambling. And so it's almost like they're mentally doing some mental gymnastics to be like, oh no, this is not gambling. This is prediction markets. Everybody knows that. Even though, yeah, I'm not saying I'm gambling, so I should be able on TikTok to say that word, right? It's only when I'm relating to myself do I have to say
Gotta
wagering.
input my info ... but it's .65 ... I'll buy.
Or, hang on. So this whole time I've been using wagering on TikTok so that way they wouldn't complain. I have a feeling if I say prediction market on TikTok, I'll be fine. Maybe I should start using the word prediction market. Anyways, since football is starting though, I will be prediction marketing a little bit. However, the difference is I know is that when I wager is just, I've used wagers so much that it's just easier that way. That when I wager, I know that all the money I'm about to wager, I'm going to lose. So I'm not delusional. I'm not thinking that somehow I'm about to like win $1 billion. However, I feel like 99% of people, well, let's not go that far. Let's say 95% of people think that they're going to bet and then win big. I think if I come out of it with money, that wasn't supposed to happen. Bonus health, crit hit chance is definitely a go-to. That's what we are trying to live to. Gotta input my info, but it's 65 cents. I'll buy it. Why is it 65 for you, but 50 for me? Did you click the actual link? Because sometimes I think if you look for it yourself, it might change. First of all, this is what I got it at. I've never tried to, because there is a case where, taxes are a thing. Taxes are a thing. I used to have this one, but I didn't use it enough. I can't remember how much this cost me to have the pass part for 6 months. I can't remember. In the end, I don't think it was worth it. We're going crit hit chance. Seth, how's it going? So the thing is any time that I wager, why did they have an X above their head? Okay, we're going to probably end up dying here soon enough. I know that there's different levels.
Track doesn't want me in your Discord, so I'm in the website. LOL.
It's a rough life. Track much rather just post the link in chat than let you in. I kind of like it. It makes me laugh more that way. I do know that there's different levels. So at some point in time, you would think that this level ends, or that maybe once you got past a certain point, it opens up a different level. We'll find out soon enough. I do know that playing a demo and playing the game could be a big difference. Considering a demo is more like a playtest. I do like movement charging. This jumping around
Darn,
shit.
I'm such a lucky guy to be hated on the foul.
I think Track is already yeah. If he did ban you, he's probably it was a good decision. All right, let's jump. The video for that Hellraiser game, since it does look a lot like Resident Evil, I'm like, this would be a sweet ass game.
By everyone, apparently you're doing something right.
But the Hellraiser game looks like Resident Evil, so I was like, that would be tight. But I've gotten to a point now, because I used to a lot. I'd be super hyped for a game, and I was like, I can't wait for this game to come out. And then once it would come out, I wouldn't be as hot. It doesn't have anything to do with whether or not the game sucks. It's just I'm not as hyped as I think I am about the game. So now when I see a game and I get hyped, I'm like, I just remind myself, I'm like, hey, remember that when this game comes out, you're probably not playing. You're definitely not going to play it. But two, when you watch someone play it, you're probably going to watch it for an hour, and then you're going to forget the game even exists. So I tell myself that, so that way I'm like, there's no reason to get hyped. You know exactly what's going to happen. Anytime I watch a game for longer than an hour, it's usually an indie game. And by usually, I mean 90. Everything just comes out to be a 95%.
Game name is Conquest Dark.
If you know a person who knows a person, you can get it for 50 cents. And that person would be me. Lincoln, how's it going? Attack speed, or I don't want ability power. I just want to straight. You do get crit hit chance, but it's only 2. I thought I was getting plus 22%. It's plus 2%. You just got to read it correctly. Let's go with Berserker. You think if I max one of these out, the last part of it is going to be a big boost? That's usually how most of this shit works. That when you max something out, you really unlock the true power. I gotta get rid of these. How often? I'm trying to see. I need something that I think I'm about to die. I can't dodge anymore. Is this the Vampire Survivor equivalent of the vampire? That's fucked up, dude.
Reach is like melee pickup radius.
So, pickup radius is called reach. Why do I still play Diablo 4? Tony D, you got to work on the stand-up, bud. Mr. Unk, are you into boomer shooters? I always tell myself that I am, because I always download demos for boomer shooters, but then I always am very reluctant. Today's going to be one of those morning. Reluctant. Is that even close? That's close. I don't even know if that's right to play it. So I would say that I do play some boomer shooters. However, I'm not as big into it as in these brain dead games that I play like this. I feel like in boomer shooters, you have to actually aim, which means you have to
killed my vibe dog.
You have Mex is working on track just to like nuke his ass from track. Save as build. What does that mean? I want to hit this just to see what this means. Save the current ritual character as a character build that can be fine-tuned in the character building.
It's not bad after expansion at Tony.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. Was that a question? You said, I thought you were making, Tony, I thought you were making a joke that this game is Diablo 4. You're asking, maybe you are.
If you're into them.
I just played a demo for a game. Dude, Lincoln, I like you. You're talking my kind of language. Steam. Why do I feel like I played this? I think I may have played a demo for this. It looks familiar. I've either watched someone play this or I've played it myself. It is on my wish list. So even I think that I would like this. So I feel like if it has a demo, I have had to play it. Even though mentally I'm like, I definitely watched someone play that game.
You played?
Track is my mind. Track is my mind. So we return to the world. So it did open up stuff. You have unlocked the archive. Open it by clicking the location on the world.
Yeah, I
Browse
figured
archive.
you've probably played it since it has a demo now.
Now, I like your assumption. So the assumption would be it looks good and it has a demo. Because there are 99% of games that have a demo and they're fucking trash. Upgrade weapon stats and abilities. What were they saying? I really didn't want to read it too much, to be honest. So maybe that meant this one.
Yeah, and there's some Buns Demos out there.
Some would be an understatement. A big understatement. So this is, okay, so persistent. They do have persistent upgrades. I got to tell myself that. I don't remember what I used to call it in the day, but it wasn't persistent because I didn't know what the actual terminology for this was. Is this an upgrade? I already have that. Did I get that by just playing? Armor items now have a chance. It must be. Damage to elites, which sounds super cool.
I should try Hellforge demo.
Have I not played that? Dude, this is just going to be a stream where I'm like looking at games off to the side. Hellforge, Steam. For some reason, the game sounds familiar. Oh, I actually have this downloaded. I just saw this today. This must have came out recently because I don't even know if I have it on my you playing list. Hang on. This might even be, I might have not tried it out yet. What the hell did we just say? Hellforge. Yeah, it's right here. You can't really
Looks
see it.
really good.
You can't see it if you're in, is it portrait mode? But Hellforge is on the list. I haven't tried it out to even see if it was good. But it is on the list. I was about to say, that shit seems familiar. What do we got here? A bow? Part of me wants to try. I feel like if I up an ability on like attack speed or something, it'll make me want to play a barbarian more. Slam the ground. How about we just do that? Passive abilities, my favorite. Every second, deal damage up to random enemies. Spin. Do I have to collect these resources? Like, do I have to hit this ability before these take effect? Every 2 seconds, if no enemies are
Where the
nearby.
poison bow build.
Don't fucking... Don't do it to me. You know, once I go down the route, it's hard to get out of it. Leap and dance. Leap. The leap was... I like how this is called Hell Clock, and we actually just bought the game Hell Clock. Counts toward the reckoning for 2 minutes. When the countdown ends, enter hell time for 30 seconds, dealing 5 times the normal damage. During hell time, collecting soul coins extends its duration. How do I buy that? No requirements. It seems like I already have it. I don't know. Some of this shit confuses me. I think we only spend points on the ones that have an up arrow. All right. Now that we've read, the leap by far is what I want to upgrade. That shit's cool. How many of these do I have? I have 150. Poison is the bow. We can't play it yet. I'll get stuck into my ways. I like the leap.
Game name is Conquest Dark.
This price doesn't even... I thought this price would go up as we increased. I like it too much. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Okay, so you can upgrade it to a point before it starts getting increasingly more expensive. Okay. What do we want? Damage to elites sounds pretty cool. Wait, it does go up a little bit. Okay, there we go. I don't know what it is about what just happened, but a dopamine hit in my brain. I don't know why dopamine hit, but there is something about spending. So I was like, this feels a little good. I like it. So what is this? This is where I spend the red. Oh, okay.
Join the army, if the navy.
Damage. All damage. Gonna join the army. I feel like the army would be my last choice. However, I do say if I had to relive life over again, I would still pick it. So what does that tell you about me? I could be brain dead. Let's go shifting
My brother
sands.
was in it and knows folks, etc., etc.
Is your brother trying to fuck you over by saying to join it? I guess your brother probably would advise you not going infantry. If your brother is telling you to join the army and go infantry, I think they hate you. Do you know that E5 calls anyone who's not white, he even calls women this as well, an undesirable? He's obviously joking. However, when I saw this, I was about to regurgitate that out loud right away with no context. I'm sure you get jump even if you're somebody else. Let's do Hunter. I've already spoken with the recruits, just going to keep hush about it. You're very bad at being hush about it. What MOS are you trying for?
Game name is Conquest Dark.
Dan, it's called Conquest Dark. It is 50 cents if you know a guy. What do we want? Obviously, if I'm going... Are we going Hunter? Which... Hang on. Movement speed? All right, let's go that route. Wait, if I re-roll, I'm assuming it doesn't cost me anything. Diabetes, welcome back.
Good morning, Hunk.
I mean, we do... It's damage, though. It's not crit hit. I was about to say, it looks like re-rolling was only changing my skin color. Crit hit damage. Damage to elites. So really, we should like base it off...
Game name is Conquest Dark.
Really, we should base it off our character, right? I like piercing chance. All right, you're the one. Why is there no dick jiggle physics. Well, I don't know why my brain is stuck on saying
What's the
jizzle.
new thing in the background?
I would have to like look. What are we looking at here? Which one's the new one? Because I've always had this stuff in the background, and you might have not been able to see it. It's hard to see some of this shit.
Under the games.
We talk. Where are we going? Is that the skateboard? This is the thing I would have on the back. You can't really tell too much. God damn it! It's so difficult to do this because I think my camera's reversed. This is my name. You can't really tell. It lights up, but it's shitty to
Far
see.
right?
Far right. However, the hat, the Mexican hat for Mex, my sombrero. For some reason, I always wanted a sombrero.
Oh, the other way, LOL.
It's my camera's reversed, so anytime I go a direction, I have to remember to go an opposite direction. This thing you really can't see is my name. Someone gave it to. Most of the shit has been given to me. Well, most of the shit on this shelf has been given to me, and then the other one, that one, there we go, is Killer. I was trying to not say Tequila, which is a Tarkov reference. And then we have Blockbuster. Dude, the fact I can actually grab this stuff. It used to be on my wall in front of me, so I couldn't do anything about it. Put this here. And then...
How nice have you played the new season of Turk?
And I'm actually more addicted to it than I thought. We have Blockbuster candle that smells like popcorn. It actually smells like fucking butter. I think I almost went into a diabetic shock just smelling it. I think I came to terms with the way that I want to play Tark. So I really like Arena. Let me get a bow. Fury. Let's do this before we start talking. Chance to burn. Projectile duration. What the fuck does that mean? I guess as far as it goes out. So when it comes to playing Tarkov, I'm a big fan of Arena. I have ADD, so I can't like stay around and not do something. So I like games where I'm constantly fed information, as we can tell. Shoot one arrow that will ricochet. I like that. Piercing, though. I'm sure it only pierces one person, right? I think piercing's way better than ricochet. Let's take power shot. So I'm more of an Arena player than I am a Tarkov player. But that was because I feel like at the time I didn't come to terms with the way that I want to play Tarkov. Because one, I fucking hate people who camp. The thing that gets under my gets on my nerves the most is when I play Arena, because Arena is supposed to just be fun, right? When someone camps in Arena, it fucking tilts me beyond belief. Where when someone camps in actual Tarkov, like that's part of the game. It still tilts me, but that's part of the game, right? Regent, let's go attack speed. But that's how the game is.
I uninstalled those games out of spite.
That's how that game is like. That's one of the mechanics of the game to play it. That's how you actually live. However, I don't like camping. I hate it. So I die a lot playing regular Tarkov. And so it would piss me off because people would camp, but even though it's part of the game, and I would, so I hated it, and I was like, that's the reason why I hate Tarkov. Plus, I can't see too well. Everything blends in after a while, and people could hide in plain sight, and I still couldn't see them. Damage to the healthies. Projection amount. I feel like we're going down a piercing route, though, right? So we should go piercing. Been playing the new season. It's fun, but yeah, I die all the time. It's because even the thing that kills me. So in Tarkov,
Me is a
right?
cheater who dudes seem I feel blind to.
The thing about, dude, you have to pick so much shit at the start that it's hard to have a fucking conversation and try to remember what you were going to say. Crit hit damage, spawn healing orb. Reduce bleeding, crit hit damage, all resist. I can reroll if I want to. All right, let's do all damage. What am I talking about? So in Tarkov, the way that most people play it is that if you get into a fight, it's about who can camp harder, right? Like when you get into fights sometimes, I feel like it's just two people camping and trying to get the other person to move. Every 3 seconds, shoot 3 arrows. Every 2 seconds, if no, let's do this one. I mean, what are the chances that no enemies are going to be nearby in the future? It's like who can camp the longest. And like I said, I have ADD, so I can only camp for like 2 seconds before I have to like move. So I always lose in that exchange. However, a lot of the times I know that the other person's not going to move. So instead of fighting them, I just leave. And mentally, I'm like, how long is that dude going to stand there before they eventually move? Like in my mind, they stay there the entire game until they have just enough time to leave. Like they're such a camper that they refuse to move thinking that I could be there. And it never dawns on them that I left like an hour ago. Resistant piercing chance. So they have a chance to not get pierced. That's good to know. A chance to freeze.
10,000 hours played, 95% is camping and menus.
The very first season that I played Tarkov, I can only imagine how long I spent in my stash. Because I like games that are difficult, and I like making games as difficult as humanly possible. Plus, I mean, let's be honest, I'm frugal, so take what I say with a grain of salt. But I like having the smaller stash because it makes it more difficult. But it also, like, you spend a good amount of time in your stash. I mean, I've gotten a lot better now at just, like, selling shit. But before, I used to be a hoarder. And you can't really hoard when you have the smallest stash. So I spend a lot of time in my stash, like, rearranging to get the most, like, min-max what I could stick in there. But like I said, I don't do that anymore. Crit hit damage. Spawn chance healing. All resistance. Let's go.
Well, now with no insurance, I have less gear fear for some reason, lol.
The fun is without insurance, right? I was like, and then they're like, the thing says like less chance to gain armor. However, I feel like for the most part, I have no problem having armor. And I hated fucking insurance to begin with because I would play the game, but I equally had a life. So I couldn't play it every day. And by the time I came back, my insurance ran out. I gave up on that game, only got it because you? Good. Get influenced, dude. Get influenced. A projectile mount. Sounds... Okay, yeah, we're good. I read 20% and I was like, do I need to have a projectile, like a multiple projectile before I can get the 20%? Because I knew one of the things that you can get is more projectiles. Like I was thinking that the base projectile would be 0 and that you needed one more for the 20% to take effect. But that obviously makes no sense. So we were talking about Tarkov and me running away from campers. So
name is Conquest, Dark.
I find the terms with not raging at people camping because there's another, like I said, I like making games more difficult than they are. I don't have jump yet. I do have dodge. I feel like the Barbarian was actually easier. Conquest Dark is the name of the game. We need to kill faster.
Where do I download this?
Oh, well, on Steam. I don't really know if Steam has a demo, but I can tell you where you can get it for 50 cents. If you go to my Discord link in my profile and go to the game sales section, you can get it for 48 cents. But that's taxes not included. So it'll probably be 55 cents. Do they actually... I mean, the game's tight, especially for 55 cents. I mean, even if you ended up buying it and don't liking it, the 55 cents, you'll probably get your money's worth. Where is this? Does it still have a demo? I only know about the game because I played the demo. Okay, they still don't. They don't have the
It's
demo
like a
anymore.
mobile game, but better LOL.
I'm gonna be honest, dude. When I first heard people be like, "This shit looks like a mobile game," I always took that as an insult to the game, of course, not to me. Welcome back. Is it failure? I don't know, dude. You know me. Quickly move, shooting 3 arrows. I like going down this route. I wish I had the jump one. I don't know if that's a barbarian only thing. What the hell was I talking about? Being frugal? Son of a bitch, dude. It's impossible. Mobile games. So people would be like, this shit looks like a mobile game, which obviously I would assume the person is saying that insult, like as an insult. But then I don't really play mobile games, but I've seen some mobile games that actually like graphically look pretty tight. So after I saw that, I was like, I know for a fact that they meant that in a bad way, but it's actually not as bad as they make it out to be. The clock. Oh, this is actually a really good one. I mean, I've never had it before, but I did read it on that screen. Crit hit chance. I'm a crit hitter, 100%. Is it failured? We'll just pretend it is. We'll pretend that's the correct way to go about that. But yeah. So when someone says, I know that when someone says mobile, they're meaning as an insult, but I don't take it as much of an insult as I used to. Crit hit chance. I mean, if you don't have a chance to crit, who gives a shit about damage? The real question is once you beat one boss, does that mean you will unlock the map? I'm sure you have to get to a certain point. Is this going up or down? It's got to be going up. Let's go attack speed. The problem is that it's going down. So there is an end. Wait, maybe the ghost is the end. I didn't realize there was a timer. Bow? What is this? Choose an ability. I like burst shot. That sounds cool. I think I already have the ability. Some of this shit, I don't even understand what I'm doing. Crit hit chance. I like it when you have zero choice whatsoever. It really makes the choice a lot easier. The problem with things like burning and poison is that it makes your enemies are still alive while they're burning. It's like you have to be a little tanky for it to really kick in. Because the likelihood of you getting hit, like obviously killing something right away is better in your interest than letting someone burn and keep walking towards you. So that's the downfall to poison, but I love poison too much. I love it way too much. I think I like toxic. I think the thing that I like about the new season of Tarkov is the fact that they have the documents you can pick up, and then it's like a battle pass that you don't have to pay for. And the documents always spawn in the same location. I figured out where they're at on Ground Zero. I figured where they're at on Customs and on Factory. I have no clue where they're at on any of the other maps. And because the other maps are bigger, like Shoreline or Woods, it's like the shit is really spread out.
It's Unc, I've been missing you, bro.
I've been streaming. However, I was getting some shit in order so that way I could make some passive income so I could focus more on making a video game. And we officially, since last Friday, we officially established it. And then I was celebrating for I don't remember the last time I streamed. But since it was, I think 2 weeks we've been not streaming. However, last Friday that happened, and then I was like, I'm going to celebrate a little bit. So then I didn't stream at all. Let's be honest, I was also addicted to playing Tarkov. Chance to freeze doesn't sound bad. Imagine freezing and burning at the same time. Also, I went to the movies. I feel like I've been going to the movies a lot more recently. There was like a good hiatus since COVID up until just now that I just never went to the movies. But for some reason, recently, I've been going a lot more. I went to go see...
Just woke up eyes straight burning angle.
All I heard was straight burning. That sounds like a STD type problem. So I went to go see Spider-Man. That movie was really not as good as I was hoping it would be. The funny part is I saw that it made a lot of money, but I would assume that's because everybody was like, "Oh, this movie's going to be cool." But there are definitely parts of that Spider-Man movie where I was like, "I'm about to fall asleep." I definitely like the Odyssey way more. But there was part of and then when it was over, we did go.
You and Caitlin go.
It's funny because we both actually agreed that Odyssey was better and that Spider-Man was kind of a sleep fest. I really liked the Punisher, so they at least had that going for them. If Punisher was not in it, I think I may have fell asleep. Chance to burn, dodge. I mean, movement speed's probably not too bad, but I mean, let's be honest. There's only so much room that I can go, so it's not like I can just run forever. So after watching it, I would say that it wasn't as good as I thought, and there were definitely parts where I was like, I wish they would just like move on with the story. I wish that they would have planned this out better because this part sucks.
Heal.
If I had the option. I feel like I'm picking up way better stuff. So overall, anytime if I give Caitlin likes to score things out of his like a 1 to 5, even though I like the scale of 10. But on terms of 1 to 5, in order for a movie to be in the 4 or 5, especially 5 category, it has to be something I would rewatch. I definitely would not rewatch that movie. I definitely would not.
Spider-Man is more oriented to younger audience and introduction for Doom phase.
That was about the Spider movie. I feel like when it came to the Black Widow chick, I had no idea who she was. And I feel like during the movie, they were making references to like the shit movies that they've made recently. Like I was going to watch those. So I was like, the whole time I was like, did they think that I watched those shitty movies? Because I have no idea what the fuck they are referencing.
Avengers Doomsday is gonna be wild.
I feel like Doomsday will actually be a good movie. Hopefully they don't make too many references to shit movies that I've never watched. And I will never watch. All Damage. Sounds like a good idea. I told you about movement speed. I feel like by the time we start bleeding, the game's going to be over. So who gives a shit about bleed resistance? So I definitely wouldn't rewatch it. I would rewatch the Odyssey, though. It's funny how the same people are in the Odyssey that are in Spider-Man. So it just dawned on me that Spider-Man is in the Odyssey, and so is that other chick. That's hilarious. So the real question, I don't know what the next movie is going to be. I should have watched Obsession in the movie theaters, but I don't think I was in my movie arc. I did watch The Backrooms in the movie theaters. I liked watching the movie. I don't know if I'd ever rewatch The Backrooms. I did watch a movie where they were trying to say, hang on, let's do damage. How they were like trying to introduce, like they were like the YouTube video is trying to say some shit about how like after the last Avengers movie, like Endgame or whatever, their goal was to like introduce new people and go down a new path instead of using the older ones. However, they failed, so really they just needed to go back. Like take Captain America for instance, how at the end of Endgame they made him old. So it's like, oh, they're not going to put him back in it. But then when you look at the Doomsday trailer, they show Captain America.
Game name is Conquest, Dark.
I see you're super pumped about the game. If you have 55 cents, you can buy it. I remember when I was a little kid, and you could easily just find money on the ground. And I'm not talking about change. I'm talking about like actual dollars and shit. Like you'd find $5, $10 just laying around because it fell out of somebody's pocket. However, since most people just use like cards nowadays, that's not really something that happens. Primary attack ability. Crit hit chance. Crit hit chance. Okay, what do we want here? I mean, you know how much I don't want to go movement speed. Let's go primary attack ability. I just realized that I'm not a chick. Crit hit chance. I think we should start doing damage. I don't know what my crit hit is at. Can I hit tab or something? I can. I think I hate WASDA because I have to use my pinky a lot on stuff that I don't want to use my pinky. I feel like my pinky is very bad at like actually doing it. Anytime I have to use it, it feels slightly numb. It might be an old thing. I believe the one guy in Avengers Doomsday is a U.S. Agent Cap. Might be in there though. I don't know what that means. Where's my crit hit chance? That's what I came here for. Oh, okay. Well, turns out you can scroll. Crit hit chance. It's 5? I thought I paid way more than that. Okay. I don't know why I equally think that a bow person should be a chick. It's funny how my barbarian was a chick and my bow person is a dude. You think those roles would be reversed a little bit? I do. Okay, I'm starting to think that the ghost is their
U.S.
like...
agent is John Walker. He's like Cap, but basically sucks.
But it looks like they're just putting Captain America back in the movie again. I didn't realize the Doomsday. I don't know if that's his name, like the main bad guy. But isn't that like when they made the Fantastic Four movie, not the recent one, but the one before that, that actually has Captain America, but he doesn't play Captain America. He plays the Flame guy. Wasn't Doomsday their like arch nemesis in that movie? And if so, I didn't realize that Doomsday is as powerful as they made him out to be. Because they make him seem like he's very powerful, but in the Avengers movie, he seemed to just get beaten by the Fantastic Four. And he didn't really seem all that strong. So if it is him, they very much undersold his ass in that movie.
Doom Part 3 in December too.
I really wouldn't say that I'm pumped for Doom 3. Even though that also has that chick from Spider-Man in it. Funny enough, it's almost like movies only use the same actors. However, I feel like it's been that way for probably quite some time. They're just the new generation.
Only Doom killed Thanos in the comics.
So he be powerful. So, okay, we're agreeing that he's powerful, and the Fantastic Four movie just made him not seem as powerful as he could be. Check. Because when they showed the Doomsday guy, I was like, is that the Fantastic Four, dude? And I was like, to me, it was underwhelming. I was like, when it like came to being Thanos type level. But it seems I just don't know ball, as they would say. My comic book lore is not all that great. All my comic book lore comes from the X-Men and Spider-Man shows. Back when I was like, back in the 90s. When I was a kid. And it's not like I watched that shit. It's not like I watched that
same
shit.
Guy, but I'd what made bro get on the juice, but now he's up.
I obviously didn't watch every episode when I was a kid. I'm actually like surviving a lot longer. There's no way you can actually like. There's no way you actually can beat. Like there's a point at which they never come back. Supposedly this Doom is from a different. Of course he is. I would say the last Spider-Man, where there was Tobey Maguire and that other guy. And they also had Willem Dafoe in there. That was tight. However, that got spoiled. As someone who tries to not get spoiled about anything, that shit got spoiled before I
Doom
could see
is
it.
mad that Roger stayed with Peggy and because of that Doom family died.
I remember seeing something recently. What was that? Could it have been Doom that I was seeing? So I don't really know what this whole save build thing is about, and I'm sure I'm not playing this game long enough to care. Chance for rare items. Let's just go down that route. I feel like I watched something recently.
Many incursions occur.
I was watching something recently on YouTube that was explaining Doom a little bit, and I feel like there was like he was trying to go to multiple universes to find a version of him that was like nice, because for some reason he wanted to be nice or something, and then he eventually found a version of him who was nice, and he got so mad that he just killed him, which sounds pretty tight.
Doom will probably die though when Thor turns into Rune God Thor.
I'm 100% sure that he's dying. There's no, I mean, if it ends with him winning and they don't make another movie, I was like, that's going to be tight. That's gonna Toxic, I feel like you're spoiling the movie for me. Let's go ahead and put that out there real quick. So if that does happen, I'm going to be like, fuck Toxic. Fuck him, dude. He sucks. I mean, damage to elites definitely doesn't sound bad. However, I'd have to spend a lot more to get that. How far did we get up the chain? We should at least go until we, yeah. We should at least go that way. What is this? Empty rune slot. I feel like we're going to be playing this game for quite some time. Energy cost. Projectile split chance. I want to go back to playing a barbarian. Mario was holding Thor back. If Thor had his real powers, would have lost ASAP. Probably reason why they didn't give it to him.
Thanos asterisk, asterisk, asterisk.
Throw axes. That was a cool one. A slam ground. I thought we already upgraded slam ground. Or this is it. I think this is not the one I'm thinking of. Slam ground is not the jump. Okay, so who gives a fuck? Let's do axe toss. Every second, deal up to the... I mean, that sounds cool too. Let's take that. There's no way I have gold, so I can't upgrade it anymore. Whirlwind sounds like it sucks. We're doing anything that's barbarian related. And then we'll just, I guess, throw shit into anything else. When a nearby enemy... Why do these look like shurikens? Did we unlock a ninja? Quickly move, shooting 3 arrows. Leap back. I don't give a shit about movement speed. You know what? I'm not spent. What are these for? I have 3 of this random currency that I don't know why. Oh, it's because I selected
Rune
it.
God Thor is basically the highest power Thor can achieve.
I thought it was this way because I didn't have enough to upgrade it to the next one. It's that way because I clicked on it. What is this? How do I... As a hunter, slay enemies to gain... As a hunter? Did I unlock something? I must have. For a second there, I was like, are they just putting me in there? I don't get to pick anymore? She could be naked for all I know. I love luck. I love luck. Oh, this is a hunter. I don't want to play a hunter, though. I want to be a barbarian. Heavy armor, shields. So this is like more of a tank. I'm going to go tank, but this has got to suck. There's no way. Tank is a good build. I refuse to believe it. It is odd, though, that they just don't start you with a weapon. Dude, double axes looks way cooler than just having a single sword. Projectile
Allegedly,
speed.
Spider-Man will fight the X-Men.
I'm just pretending that everything you people say is a lie. I'm going to stop streaming. I'm going to stop streaming so I don't get spoiled. Ability damage.
Bro, this game is just...
This game is hot dog shit. Woofy. Woof. I'll just call you Woof. How's it going? Chad, how's it going as well? You know what you need to do? How are they not fucking spoilers? They are spoilers. I know nothing. you can't be
Going
like
so far.
that shit was in a movie, so it's not a spoiler. Motherfucker, I haven't seen the comic books. It is a spoiler. It's good to hear. I always love Saturdays.
Basically, Unc is down bad.
How's that? I think I'm pretty. I think we're. I don't know what the opposite of down bad is. Throw 2 axes, slam the ground. I think we're a thrower. 100%. All right. However, if you are going to throw in spoilers, the best you can do is put in. You should say fake spoilers, so that way I never know if you're telling the truth or not. So if you just can't help yourself but to spoil something, can you do me a favor and say shit that's not even true?
LOL, this conversation is doomed.
If you could just throw in there some shit that's actually not true, that would be cool. Because then I would never know when you're telling the truth. And that works out very well for me. I feel like if you're going to be a barbarian, you got attack speed. We're just going to focus on jumping.
Fake spoil this is Elden Ring a good game.
See, you get it. See, now you understand the premise. Spoilers are I fucking hate them so much. I mean, I was so mad when they spoiled the last Spider-Man movie because like I said, I try my best, right, to not see spoilers, but I like YouTube. So I go on YouTube to watch videos, and they literally spoiled it in a thumbnail. There was no way for me to not put myself in a situation where I don't get spoiled. I just got on to fucking
I don't get on FB anymore because of assholes like that.
So, like, I just got on to watch a video, and there was the thumbnail that showed all the Spider-Mans together, and I was like, God damn it. You try to go out of your way to not get spoiled, and then these pieces of shit. Like, I don't even watch movie trailers. I just wing it.
Boo-hoo now.
When it comes to a movie, I just wing it, whether or not it's going to be good. And if for some odd reason, I'm like, I don't really know if the movie's going to be good, but I want to see it, I'll watch just enough of the trailer, like the first 10 seconds max, to make my decision on whether or not I'm going to watch this movie.
My edit helps me forget ASAP.
I mean, I do like the fact that I easily forget, so I can rewatch a movie. First of all, anybody who's seen Memento, what do you think about that movie? What are your overall thoughts? Damage taken, staggered, damage. I mean, where are we supposed to be going? Tanky?
Never seen.
It's a Christopher Nolan movie. I fucking hate the idea of tankiness. We'll do a hybrid. Why is this guy purple? We'll do a hybrid of tankiness.
I don't watch movies, Angle. I just watch you.
That's good. Maybe I'll watch a movie, so you'll watch me watch a movie. That way we can get around that part. Can I pick that up? I feel like if I'm going to do tank, you should just do tank, right? Just do it. You got it. Damage taken, reduction per life loss. We're not doing this life loss bullshit. Okay. This one looks like the route in which I want to take. It's got 10 resistance, so it's got to be good. Is this 2 different? I'll take this one. I'm not even sure why that's a choice. Because it's, obviously not a choice. Crit hit chance by 12. Now we're getting somewhere. So if I hit tab, it should say crit hit chance 2. What? The ability must be crit hit, right? That's what they must mean. The ability has crit hit, and then I have normal crit, which sucks. Because that did say 15. What is this? Oh, I thought it was like a secret path I could somewhat take to treasure. Not the case. Every 1 second deal up to 3, which sounds
I
cool.
did to him now.
Doesn't sound bad. When nearby enemy is about to launch a primary attack against you, throw 2 deadly shurikens. I'm a ninja barbarian. I want to be ninja. Let's go with Whirlwind. Ninjas love that shit, dude. Went sideways and I died, and now it's stuck. That's good. Thank you for the like. I truly appreciate. I want to make sure that anybody who likes this game buys it for 50 cents. However, I equally don't want to keep saying it. However, how is somebody going to know to ask me whether or not it's 50 cents? I feel like it's information that I'm going to have to put somewhere. Dude, the actual spinning thing is more OP than I gave it credit for. I thought it was going to spin and then stop, not constantly spin. I paid 10 to
Nah,
avoid.
dog. I paid $10 to avoid ICE agents in your Discord now.
Well, occasion price, which is 50 cents. This is a spin to win build. I really thought it was a one-time spin thing. Attack speed increase per loss, damage increase per loss. I don't want... Oh, you're fucking... When it said life lost, I thought it meant my health bar. This whole time I was getting attack speed on the point of me losing like my actual lives.
Tank with a spin equals win.
Down the actual route is what you're saying. Let's do ability, because a spin must be ability. Cody got promoted, might need $15 now. So since spin, I just like the way that looks. Maybe because it's gold. Block chance, obviously, is something that we would like. Resistance is better, though. Bonus health. I hate fucking bleed reduction. I guess if you're going to build where
Good luck with that Hot Wheels now.
I guess going a build where you only want 1 life, then getting bleed reduction would be good. The fuck are you talking about Hot Wheels for? Whirlwind, of course. Crit hit damage. Like I said, the art of not making a choice is a great choice. Okay, Whirlwind is OP. Back when I thought it was just going to spin 1 time, I was like, eh. It must be an increased luck chance.
Strike to max.
Hell Clock. I probably should. I read it once, and so I thought I fully understand what was going on. However, I forgot what I read. We have to do ability damage. Considering it looks like I can easily win this game by just spinning. So, one of my favorite games to play is League ARAM, which I play with E5 all the time. And E5, either you hate him or you like him. There's no in between when it comes to him. I like E5. However, he loves complaining. I think one of the main reasons I like playing him with him in ARAM is because he's constantly shitting on the other team while he's playing. So even though I'm playing our opponents with the character I have, he's beating them mentally. So that way it's an attack on both fronts. However, sometimes the complaining gets too much. And I feel like yesterday I was reaching my limit. Because I can have fun even while I'm losing, as long as I'm, like, especially if I pick a character I've never picked, I don't play much. So even if I'm losing, if I'm trying to, like, I'm getting better at playing the character, I don't care. However, E5 on the other hand, even if he's winning, he still hates it. I like Leap and Land. Leap and Land's my favorite. It might be my second favorite now that I have Spin. But the combination of leap and land, I mean, to be honest, you can only leap.
E5 is hilarious.
You can only leap so much. But I don't think he streams League, which I wish he did. I think he only streams Tarkov. I would watch him if he streamed the League matches. Which I actually so when it comes to watching somebody, I'm very selective on who I watch. But I did find someone on YouTube who like does a lot of indie games, especially indie games that look like this. And I was like, you know what? This might be my new person. We'll see. Only time will tell. But I have watched like 3 of their videos, which usually when it comes to watching somebody, I'm like, I don't get invested. I don't think piercing's going to help too much.
You and Coseo are the only persons I watch TBH.
Very kind. However, Queso definitely, I'm sure, streams way more than I do. Primary attack, we'll just say it's because I have live stuff to do. That has nothing to do with being addicted to playing Tarkov. So E5 tried to stream like a long time ago, and I always was like, E5 would be a good streamer due to his raging type shit. Primary attack ability damage.
Tarkov.
You can go down this route. I'm surprised. I think I'm equally having a lot of fun with Tarkov because the leveling up process is a lot faster. Like the missions that you get, there's a lot more of them. And plus, Tarkov is peak when you play by yourself. Which I felt some rage hit me as I was saying that. We could go damage.
We should play some arena again soon.
Which the funny part is I'm slightly playing arena, so that way I can send my seasonal character money. I forgot I had leap. However, one thing I realized when we were talking about the Tarkov thing that I forgot to add to the conversation is that, I was talking about people just camping constantly. Damage taking. Crit hit. Oh, we should do movement so that way I can jump more. I was talking about people who just like camp the whole time. I mean, obviously they don't know it at first, but I love going in by myself to play. There will be times where it's just me versus 4 other people who are on the same team, and they refuse to move. And so I'm just like, fuck it, I'll push them. And I'm like, how pussified do you have to be that you camp a person when it's only one of them? Like you refuse to move and have them move on you when it's just one person. That is some bitch-made mentality shit. I mean, first of all, you would never find me camping just being me. But if I had 3 other people with me and I realized that there was only one person, I'd be ashamed of myself to make that person come fight me. Now, I would go fight them and most likely lose. But, dude, I would hate myself knowing that it was 4 of us and 1 of him, and we made that person push us. I would hate myself. Crit hit. We need more movement. We need more jumps. You know what I realized that I do like about this game? Is that the times that you're fighting are not long. Because we know, I complain about how there's a lot of these Survivor games. Well, 30 minutes used to be the norm.
You ever game with track?
And that's too long. I definitely have. We played Enshrouded together. I know that for a fact. I don't know if we played League. I'm assuming we've never played League together. Which I can't wait for Enshrouded / Valheim to come out. Even though... Wait, does one of them come out in September? Or do I keep lying to myself about that? One of them comes out in September, right? We played Golf with Friends together. We played that a lot, I felt like.
Yes.
Chance. You know what the problem about saying a sentence two different ways? Like if you say something like, I think Track played League with me, and then right afterwards you go, wait, no, I don't think he ever has, and then someone says yes, you're very confused about what they said yes to. Mex, if I didn't thank you for the heart, thank you. Healing. We should get some heal.
Would love playing
Nice.
Valheim Enshrouded.
This is a true fact. Is one of them coming out in September? I feel like I keep telling myself that, but that's not the case. But deep down, I'm like, I think it is. I think the problem is it said September, and I was like, dude, that's forever away. I don't care. But now September's a lot closer for obvious reasons. So when it comes to my place, there's a bunch of stuff that I wanted to change about it. One being, the first one was landscaping. Because in our backyard, there was like a side slant that was just overgrown to shit. So I wanted to get rid of that. And plus, we had 3 trees. Well, actually, big ass bushes in the front that I wanted to get rid of. Ability power, of course, that I wanted to get rid of. So the first thing I did was get quotes from people to figure out how much they would charge me to do it. And then after getting like 3 quotes, I realized that it was just more cost effective for me to do it. Because landscaping really is not very skill based. If you're just like taking shit out, maybe if you're putting in plants to make it look better, but it's definitely not skill based when it comes to manual labor. So I was like, I can do that. So I was like, I'm not going to pay somebody a bunch of money to do landscaping when I can just do it myself and save a bunch. So I did that myself. And then now I want
1.0 September 9th, 2026.
See, now we're talking. All right, cool. That's good to know. Even though I feel like I like Enshrouded more than I do Valheim. I definitely love Enshrouded more than Palworld. Palworld, I would say out of most of the survival games I play, I find that to be the most boring. Collecting Pokemon is, I guess, not one of my favorite things to do, so it doesn't pique my interest.
Finna go crazy building.
So, and I think that's the other thing in Palworld. Like the building in Palworld, at least at the beginning, sucks. It's horrible. I don't like it at all. And I do like building. So I think that equally has something to do with it. So back to about my place. So landscaping I wanted to fix. I did that myself because I realized I would save more money doing it myself than paying someone to do it. And it wasn't that complicated of a task. So the next thing I want to do is build a fence. So I got a bunch of quotes for building a fence. And then I've come to terms that me building the fence would be, it's definitely harder than the landscaping task. However, the price at which people are, because the supplies that I
Less
need,
toxic, but Xbox delayed.
the price for the materials to make my fence is like 4K. And the price that the people are trying to charge me to create the fence is like 10K, right? So there's a lot of money to be made by me just doing it myself. However, so part of the fence, let me pick before I start talking. Let's do health. Because I think that's a big chance. Look, that's a big jump. We got to do damage. That's a big jump. Projectile, I don't give a shit about. We got crit hit, chance it. So, part of the fence that I have to make is a retaining wall. So I watched a bunch of videos about making a retaining wall out of like brick, and it seems like something I can do, right? However, one of the people who we had come over and quote was like, hey, you could also do a wood one. And I, at first, was like, I don't want a wood wall. But then I looked into it more, and I was like, you know what? It actually looks pretty cool. So then I tried to watch videos on how to make a wood retaining wall, and that shit looks very difficult. So I was like, you know what? I'll let this guy build the wall. He can build the retaining wall. Is just
When is Sekiro?
it's the first one on the list. I don't know. Obviously, it's right around the corner. Big Vomit, welcome back. When it comes to how my backyard is laid out, there's I will say that because we'll have this. So we'll say about 30% of where I'm laying out my fence is going to be a
Game
retaining
name
wall.
is Conquest Dark.
Conquest. You can get it for 50 cents.
Ages you mean?
Ages. It's the first one on the list. Ages, I don't know. It is the first one on the list. You can take that for what you want. Could be ages, could be tomorrow. Attack speed, spawn chance. I feel like we need to keep going. Ability damage is my by far go-to. So we'll say like 30% of this fence that I want to make is retaining wall. So since I looked into the wooden part and realized that I'm not going to be able to do that myself, I was like, okay, I'll actually pay this person to do that. So at the start of next month, that person's going to come and make that, which I actually find very entertaining. So I hope the person doesn't mind me watching them make the wall, because I want to see how they do it. And if they do mind, too bad, because I'm paying them to make the wall. So I'm technically their boss. So I can do whatever I please. Since it is my money. However, when it comes to the rest of the wall, I'm definitely doing the fence part. I can do it. And plus I have enough room for trial and error in case I fuck it up a little bit. So that should be fun. I mean, when I had to do the lands...
Don't like me watching you work. Well, you're fired.
Okay, well, it's like, I know the answer to that question. Get the fuck out of my backyard. Chance, I like we need healing. Because the health is taking care of itself. Does the stamina bar ever reach max? Because by the time it can do the ability, doesn't it just do the ability? That's not a stamina bar below me, is it? Is that a leveling bar that's below me? A game over. We gotta collect as much as we can. I mean, this really isn't gonna get me anywhere. Okay. Return. I don't know what save build's for. I mean, I could read it, but I don't give a shit. It feels like I would be annoying. And then asking questions all the time. I don't know how long it's going to take the person to build the wall. Obviously, this person's not going to have that wall built in one day. What do we got here? Is this barbarian? Forged as barbarian, slay more. Okay, I like that. We can do that. I like that play. What else do we have? This is if you're a hunter. So if you want to be a hunter, you go down that route. I got it. If you want to be a barbarian, you go left. What are we upgrading? We have ruins. This reminds me of the card game. Tainted Grail or whatever. It's like Viking related. Crit hit chance. Crit hit chance is the way to go. I can't okay. You can't upgrade these. I feel like an idiot. Those cannot be upgraded. Energy cost reduction. Let's go down that route. I don't want to spend my gold on that one though. I don't like it that much. Projectile split. So anything that's barbarian related. You think I would try out a different ability, but I like throwing axes more than anything else. Upgrade that. Whirlwind is obviously super tight. So we'll upgrade that. I still don't know what these golden ones are for. Alright, let's go here. Increase enemy damage. Tight. I thought they were asking me whether or not I wanted to put that on there. But I could just imagine sitting there and asking them a bunch of questions. Because now that I've seen YouTube videos on how to build retaining walls, I'm like, this will be tight to watch.
This game looks good.
It's an easy game to stream. Because like I said, you don't really have to put much thought process into it. I can tell I haven't streamed in a while because my throat's starting to hurt from talking too much. Where before I at least adapted to the situation. Yeah. I put something in this water like a week ago. That tastes kind of nasty. I think it sat there too long. What is this about? Oh, you can actually pick it. Oh, this is... Oh, I thought this was its own, like, block. Lunar spells? I'm a barbarian, dude. What the fuck I give a shit about spells? Rare items. I'm going down that route. We're still sticking with barbarian. It's going to be a while until I guess we unlock that. Arc damage. I'll take it. Arc damage has got to be spin to win type shit. I thought that said start tutorial. I was like, it's a little late in the game for that. Nice. I guess that's the cool part about not having a weapon to begin with. Is that you can actually pick a weapon that you want. I am a thrower. Energy cost, projection, split chance. But the ability does more damage. I'm going to go down this route. I just realized that it's probably best, too, to pick a weapon that you can put more slots into. Like, this one had one. I believe the first one had an option of picking two. I was watching that Dive or Die game more, and I was like, the more I watched it, the more I was like, I think that game would scare me too much to end up playing it. We're gonna do next time. We should go Slam. I should really see how Slam works, because it could be cool.
Definitely.
I got scared the last time we played it, based off like a dono or something. It put the fear of life in me. I was watching someone play it and they got even like deeper into the water. I was like, dude, as much as I try to tell myself that I am not scared of 2D water, it turns out I'm just as scared of 2D water. We might play horror games, but not as horrifying. I'm bitch made when it comes to horror. Very bitch made. So if I do, it'll be a very rare occasion if it's like actual scary. However, if you count like Resident Evil as being horror, I would do that. Like say I don't know when the Dead Space is
some Dead Space.
Definitely say the first time I played it. The very first one where they just like randomly come out of like the vents. That scared the shit out of me. I don't need charges yet. However, it's very playable. It's very horror playable. So games like Resident Evil, I could do that. But like the I can name the Pinhead.
Twisted metal kinda holder.
Yes, down that route. The Pinhead. What is that? What is Pinhead in? Oh, how can I remember the dude's name, but I can't remember what movie the movie is? Why can't I remember the name of it? I could just go to Discord and easily... All right, we'll go down that route. It'd just make my life easier. Hellraiser. Hellraiser looks like something I could play. That looks like it's horror related, but it's not really like trying to scare you. It's more entertainment value. I can play entertainment horror. Actual scary horror, like something like Silent Hill. I can't do it. Too bitch made. Every 1 second, I do like... Oh, Whirlwind. You can't say no to it. Notification, how's it going? I'm assuming that when you pick Whirlwind, not every time can you have 2 slots on it. I'm assuming that's random. Like you randomly get the ability and then the slots on it got to be random. Projectile damage. I guess
The
I am
nurses in
throwing
Silent
lances.
Hill scared me so bad.
I'm a kid and I was playing the original Silent Hill 2, I think it was. All damage. I like the power ability one. Hang on. Axe top. We're Whirlwinding it 100%. Okay, so wait. I think what it's just asking me is it's like asking me what ability I want to put runes into. And then it's asking me what type of rune. And then like the category wise. And now it's asking me what rune do I want to put in the ability. Got it. Okay. I figured out what that is asking me. What was I saying now? Hellraiser. Scary games. Silent Hill. That is right. I think Arc has to... Well, we always have to go spin. Arc's got to be spin related. Unless it's just my basic attack arcing. Which it could be. Well, Silent Hill 2, when I played that as a kid, I literally... So in the beginning of Silent Hill, you start off at like a bathroom and then you walk down into like what seems to be a cemetery. I made it halfway through the walking down part before I realized that this game ain't for me. That alone scared me. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to make it that far. But I did love watching someone play Silent Hill. And I'm big. I love horror. It seems I just love watching horror. I'm too scared to do it myself. When it comes to game, because when you're playing a game, dude, you're immersed. And so now I feel like I'm the person who's being chased. And I don't like that. I do like watching someone play horror, and then even like when I get scared in real life, like if there's a jump scare, and in real life I'm like I get jump scared, and then I usually start laughing. I still don't know.
I'm sad New World is going away.
No, dude, it breaks my heart. I actually thought that shit, when they first announced it, I thought it had 6 months before it died. And they're saying it's still not dead yet, but it does break my heart a little bit. Let's keep doing Whirlwind. What is this? That's the thing I'm talking about that I don't understand what that does. It's rune related. Maybe you can upgrade runes. You just use this. Crit hit damage it is. I don't really have much of a choice when it comes to runes because I haven't really unlocked anything but 2. But New World was a great game. I fucking love that game. It was the first MMO I played, and it turns out it's the only MMO that I like. Even though a lot of other people hated on it. Which I will say...
Game name is Conquest, Dark.
Which once I got to 60, I stopped playing. However, I've played the game like at least 3 times from level 0 to 60. Conquest Dark. How's it going, Coffee? If you know a person, you can get the game for 50 cents. I could possibly help you out with that. I think that's my way to go about it, to tell someone without having to tell them the process. Because I don't want to waste my time telling them how to do it. This game is ass.
And it has no balance.
Is it me or is it not? Does it keep playing the same one? I feel like it's had the same one 3 times in a row. Palomo, thank you. I feel like it's been saying the same one over and over again, even though it's supposed to be random. I love Leap. I think I just picked Leap. I was like, for a second there, I was like, wait, do I have Leap? Okay, now that we have Leap, we need to get more dashing to put it into actual use. I'm actually shocked. So one of my things when I play a Survivor is that I like dying off the bat. Like not even being able to progress past the first stage without dying once. This game has not fulfilled that stat. So far, we've beaten like 4 levels without dying. However, where I would usually be upset, I'm not that mad about it.
Have you seen Summit crying Pro CS again?
Dude, I love it. I've been hooked on watching Summit do that. The bad part about it is that, so he used to stream on YouTube. All right. He used to stream on YouTube a little bit ago, but he stopped streaming on YouTube, but he at least uploads videos. So I watch the videos, which obviously is better because it's just the videos are at least showing the peak parts instead of all the whole thing. But it's dope. I like it. I'm hooked. The team he's playing with is just like a random team he found too, right? I don't really know the gist of how he found it, but it's not like he knew those people before he started playing with them. Which, if so, is super cool. But I'm hooked watching it. The last video I saw, I like throwing X's too. Projection amount. The last one I saw, he was getting super pissed. Like I think maybe his whole team was getting super pissed at each other, but he was getting really pissed. I've seen parts where he'd be playing and he has to mute himself so that he doesn't go off on his team.
It's been entertaining.
Yeah. Projectile damage. I like that. Crit hit, spawn, resistance, piercing. We'll go that route. It looked like it almost gave me dreads. And I saw another video where he hired a coach to try to help his team better understand what to do. That was a cool video, even though I had no idea what the coach person was talking about. You know what? And that's another thing that I like about Summit. I don't remember how far, because Summit used to be a pro, but I don't know if he was like full on pro. He may have been like a semi-pro. I don't know really what his status was. However, what I like about him is the fact that he hired the coach to tell him how to play. And even though, let's say at best he was semi-pro, he doesn't have like a big head. He does have a big head. But he's like not into himself to think that he knows better than everybody else because he made it to like a far point in life. Like he actually takes criticism and doesn't pretend like he knows exactly what the fuck is going on. So it was cool to see that he hired a coach to try to help his people plan better. Mitchell, how's it going? We need jumps. Dashes or jumps? I mean, dashes are dashes, but we turned our dashes into jumps. And the more jumps, the better. I thought where's my stamina at? Or how I figure out how my abilities are being used. I thought that blue bar was the stamina. But it's obviously not. What the hell is that blue bar? Because my XP is at the very top. I'm not really, is the blue bar stamina? I'm back to being confused again. Because I thought maybe it was just an easier way for me to see XP. But that's not the case. Because the XP is at the top. And when I look at the top, both bars, they don't link up together. Crit hit damage. Crit hit damage, crit hit chance. I also had to look up what the hell Face It was when it came to Counter-Strike. Because I saw that they were playing on a thing called Face It. And I was like, what is the difference between regular Counter-Strike and Face It Counter-Strike? And it seems Face It is something that you have to pay for so that it helps with stopping against people cheating. And not only that, but it adds like a matchmaking system to Counter-Strike. Which makes sense because I'm like, how does he know the people on the other side are not cheating? Because Counter-Strike seems to be a game that is infested with cheaters. But I believe that's what Face It is for, is to help combat the amount of cheaters that play the game. I'm not really sure if that's only, if it's like if you have to have a team to play on Face It, or if you can play with randos. Damage taken. Let's go arc. That has to be whirlwind related. Like it makes it reach further out. I refuse to believe anything else because I'm not really because like I said, the art could be axe related. But I think it can equally increase the radius of my whirlwind. But I'm definitely a big fan of the Summit Counter-Strike arc he's got going on. And rooting for him to do very well. The other thing, like, because his MMR is in the 2000s. However, there's a player called Donk who's an actual CS pro. And I've seen in his videos that when he plays, his MMR is like, is it like 4,000? I think it's like in the 4,000s. So I'm like, does Summit still have like a far, like, when it comes to his MMR, does he still got a lot of room to grow? Or is it because Donk has a single MMR and Summit's is team-based MMR? I don't really know how it works. Because I thought at 2,000 he was pretty much reaching the top. But then when I saw 4,000, I was like, maybe he's still got like a ways to go. I like jumping. Jumping is the go-to. Oh, I didn't realize that the game pauses when a boss comes, like time-wise. Makes a lot of sense though.
Whirlwind is just slashing garlic.
Shit. I need health. I really can't tell in this game if you can do passive healing. Oh, that's not enough. We're about to bleed. This might be the first time I lose. Fuck. The thing's got a lot of health. Okay, so we need to there's got to be health regen. It's the poison that really sucks. The shit is all over the place. Okay, well, we lost another life. I wonder if the bleed gets more intense for each life you lose. The spider is not fucking with me right now. Okay, in order to go against the spider, we're going to need some resistances. We're going to have to somehow mitigate this whole bleeding. Because I don't know how we can make it to the end. Stop hitting me, please. I think I need to jump on him more. I don't think the jumping's doing a lot. But we can at least jump onto the other side when he spits. Alright. I can only imagine how the boss is going to turn out. It is the garlic build. Which I equally like garlic build. Projectile mount, duration. Let's do some piercing. Alright. The last boss has got to be a pain in the ass. Like I said, the bad part is that we're slowly bleeding out. However, enough health should drop that hopefully that won't be a problem until we get to the boss. Hopefully the boss is not as related to the spider and is spitting poison all over the place. Resistance, which we do need. We need healing to spawn as well. We can reduce our bleed rate. I'm thinking more health is more important. Even though it doesn't really heal me that much. Because it didn't seem like reducing bleed rate is going to help when the boss comes around. The boss is just going to beat my ass. And so we can only counteract that by hopefully picking up health. Let's do damage lost. We really need to up our tankiness for what I assume is about to kill us. And introduce our first loss of the game. It still reminds me of that. I call it Genesis, but that's definitely not what the game is called. That had like, when you picked a card, it had like a book that you would have to read in order to understand what the card did. That was probably the worst decision that developer ever did. What the hell is this? Is this like some kind of is this like a loot goblin? I don't know if I do enough damage. This has got to be some type of loot goblin. I really should have been attacking the middle part. I don't know if I can kill this thing fast enough. How much damage is this going to do? Nice, we did it. I definitely should have been in the middle, so we're attacking both at the same time. The illusion of choice. Alright, we need to pick up heals. Crit hit chance. We'll do crit hit. I don't think projection is our problem. Alright, we're almost to the end. And by almost, we're there. Let's do Berserker mode. Because we're definitely going to be losing lives. Oh, no, we fought. Okay, so we beat the boss. Gotcha. I don't know why I thought there was going to be another boss. I didn't know why I thought there would be another boss on top of that. Dude, I don't know why, but every time I see save build, it tilts me a little bit. What does this do? Crit
What
hit
good
chance.
pimpin'?
What's good in the hood? MP5, welcome, welcome. Have you seen... Dude, I forgot that I asked the memento question. Have you seen the new Spider-Man movie? Question mark? I obviously don't want to go right. Chance for rare. I feel like rare items is the way to go. Let's keep upping that shit. Hey, look. Our level's going up. What does this do again? Forged from the Shadow Crown Barbarian. As a barbarian, slay. Bonuses applied all to gain faction experience. But what does that give me? Oh, it gives me more damage. Gotcha, gotcha.
I watched the new Spider-Man here on TikTok actually ... I follow a guy, LOL.
Thing? I mean, my movie habits are not on the up and up, but I would never do TikTok. Inside the archive, you can browse your unlocked discoveries and upgrade them using soul coins. I don't know why I read that. I've already done this like 1,000 times. What did you think about the new Spider-Man movie? I don't really like to give my opinion until someone tells me how they think. Because then if I say something, I feel like I might slightly influence how they feel. Whirlwind. Can we upgrade Whirlwind at all? I also like this one too. However, Whirlwind is by far the best. You know what this reminds me of? The gacha games. Where you gotta you gotta use your like credits or whatever to like hopefully upgrade your weapon. That's what this reminds me of, except it always works.
I think it was a good continuation on the second movie.
Okay, now that you've given your opinion, I didn't like it. There are parts of that movie where I was like, I actually went to the movie theaters to watch it, so it wasn't like my other form of watching movies had anything to do with influencing its quality level. There were definitely parts of that movie where I just didn't care. Where I was like, this is not entertaining me whatsoever. However, the fact that they had the Punisher in there did to them some justice. If they didn't have the Punisher in there, I think...
And even if it's not the best, at least it completed the trilogy this time.
I disliked it altogether. I wouldn't say that it's like horrible, like you don't watch. However, I will say I will never rewatch it. I can say that guaranteed. And there were definitely, like I said, there were definitely parts where I was just bored. If I was watching that, my other way of watching movies by myself, I don't even know if I'd finish it. I probably would have fell asleep and then forgot the movie even existed. We got to stay on the left side. What is this? Towering walls of white marble. Fight
I'm
against
glad I
endless
didn't
waves.
pay for it, but it's not a bad movie.
Fight against endless waves. Like I did pay to go see it. And I'm not like mad. I didn't walk out going, well, that was a waste of money. However, I was like, because I watched the Odyssey recently too, and I feel like the Odyssey was way better. That movie's like 3 hours long, and not at one point when I was watching that movie did I feel like I was bored out of my mind. Highest waves reached. I don't really want to do endless mode. So, what do you think about that? I guess we're going this way. Soul attract. Pickup radius is what they mean? I know pickup radius when I see it. I have a feeling we're not making it out of this one alive. If I had to guess. Hey, we unlocked some extra stuff. A thief, huh? Resistance piercing. Resistance piercing. A barbarian. Well, I guess technically I wouldn't. No wonder I always think I'm a woman. The picture is a chick. Let's see here. Light armor, attack speed, dual wield. Do I want to go barbarian? I do like playing barbarian, to be honest. So I'm going to keep going barbarian. There was a part of me that wanted to try out the new person. But I also, since they have like...
I think range is better.
I mean, the spin and the win seemed like the way to go. I can't remember if I told... Can I get that weapon, please? Punching you is fun and all. Projectile chance. I can't remember if I told myself...
Game name is Conquest Dark.
Dude, I've already lost a life. Prince, how's it going? I am doing great. Conquest Dark. You can get it for 50 cents. Logos, how's it going? Logos, how's it going? Another great day. Slam the ground in front of you. Okay, I said I would try it. So we're going to try it. Plus, I can blame my loss on this shit. That's actually not bad. Especially if we can do it more. Was ticking
Orwin
for
was
like...
ticking for like 23 regular to 100 crit.
I definitely wasn't putting any thought into seeing the actual damage. Does this game even have damage numbers? You would think so, right? How else would you know? It does have damage numbers. I wasn't looking at the damage. This is the very first time I've realized that there's even damage numbers. I do like ability. I wonder if attack speed relates. Attack speed's got to relate to... No, it can't relate to abilities. It's gotta. Attack speed and ability uses has got to be the same. I know that it costs like stamina or some shit to do abilities. So I would say that it probably does do it faster. Hang on. No. God damn it. I don't think it actually does help because it only goes off once it reaches a certain amount. When a nearby enemy is about to launch a primary, deal more damage. Part of me wants to do Whirlwind just to see the amount of damage that it's actually doing. I mean, it's not really bad because it's constantly doing damage. Obviously, the ground stomp is doing like 200 at least. Yeah, it does 200, but at least the Whirlwind's like constant damage. Let's do Slam. So far, I'm starting to think that Whirlwind does come with 2 rune slots. That might have something to do with us upgrading it. I think it has a lot to do with us upgrading it. I still don't know if that makes it bigger. Let's check it out. I think it made it slightly bigger. I don't know if I'm coping or if that's the truth. I think it may have made it slightly bigger. Oh, by the way, is Asmongold ever going to stream again? Or did he get like permaban? I've realized that my YouTube is not recommending Asmongold.
It makes
does
your
make it,
body
okay.
bigger.
By auto, I thought you meant my auto swing or my auto whirlwind, but I think you mean my auto as in my auto attack. Crit hit, chance for rare items. That's a big increase. However, I realized that there's not a lot of Asmongold videos that are being recommended to me, which then I remembered that he got banned from Twitch. So I'm like, he must still be banned.
He can just do kick, I think.
But since I haven't seen his videos, it makes me feel like he's not really streaming. He's just taking a break. However, I don't think his ban was supposed to last that long. I don't really even know if they officially said how long the ban is. But I didn't think it would be that long. Okay, we don't want arc. I don't really give a shit about my normal attack radius. I'm abilities all the way. I gotta pick it just because it has 2 rune slots. I don't know why it only gave me one choice. He's live right now on
right
Twitch.
now on Twitch.
Just shadow block him from my feed? Chance to spawn a healing orb. Crit hit damage. I do like healing. Some would say it's semi-OP. I wonder how you increase... There's got to be a way to increase how much health you get from heal. That did 1,000. Holy shit. That must have been a crit, right? Alright, well, the ground slam is obviously doing a shit ton of damage, considering it can do 1,000. However, I don't know how to...
Funny how Twitch will ban him for anything but Hassan really.
Hassan can get away with about saying anything. And even if they did ban, it would be like a day. It seems that the ground smash thing goes where my sword is located. I was wondering how, I was like, how does it pick which way to go? Use the search bar for Asmongold 24. I'd much rather it just give me the feed. Do you know how many times I've used the search bar? The only time I use the search bar is if I'm looking for lyric.
247 is a VOD stream.
Leap and damn, I love it too much. I think no matter what, all the abilities get picked. I'm starting to feel like, you know, in most of these games you get to pick your abilities that you want to use. I feel like you're always picking the same abilities. It's just when do you want them. Maybe once we unlock more, but I feel like I always have the same abilities, and I thought that's because I'm just like putting myself in the spot to always... Damn it, dude, I didn't see this until it was too late. I feel like we're doing a good amount of damage, though. Nice. Sorry, Camel. We're putting ourselves in a good spot. Oh. Fuck. That little piece of shit got away. I think he's finally got into the partnership thing because he has a check mark now. Who's that? There's no way we're talking about Asmongold. That motherfucker should have been check marked a lifetime ago. Bum, how's it going? Passive ability damage. What's my passive? Or just ability damage, and I don't think I've seen this before. These little souls. Well, one of them got away. Oh, dude, I didn't even see you were still alive. Come back here. Nice.
He definitely is currently banned.
That makes way more sense. Attack, reach, movement speed. Do I really want XP? The bad part about it, if he's banned for any longer, I may forget that he exists. I don't know if that's actually what I wanted. I feel like we should be using our slam to our full advantage. The bad part is, like I say, it's definitely because I'm older now. But my vision, it's fucking hard to see shit. And this red sword is definitely blends into the background. And my eyes have a hard time. It's like when I play League. My cursor in League is blown up to the max amount and I have it like I believe it's a green because I feel like green's the easiest for me to see. That shit is maxed out in green, and I still lose track of it from time to time. So the red on red is not really helping me too much to know where the cursor is. But I think we've got it figured out. Anytime I get into a fight in League and I don't know where my cursor is, I start freaking out. I start buckling under the pressure. Damage to the injured, which is obviously a good thing. The ones where it's like damage to movement speed, I'll take it. The ones where it's like more damage at full health, I mean, they're only going to be full health one time. We'll do projection pierce. I always try and throwing axes. I was like, what the hell am I even throwing? Duration, huh? Oh, that's right. The further it goes out. Every time I see duration when it comes to a projectile, I'm like, mentally my brain can't comprehend what the hell the game is trying to tell me. The level times must be increasing. Which I'm not a full fan of. Ability damage. Because I like my Vampire Survivors to be in short burst. I can play as Vampire Survivor game for a hell of a lot longer if it's cut up into like 10-minute blocks. Like if I played one that was 30 minutes long, it would feel like me playing one. If the run was 30 minutes long, and then I compared it to one where you only had to do 10 minutes, I could play the 10-minute one for like 2 hours, and the 30-minute one would seem like a lifetime. Attack speed, damage taken. We should probably start going down this route. I don't know what the boss is going to do on this one. I feel like the poison was the worst. But obviously there's got to be... this next boss has got to be harder. He's further down the line. Can you please stop that? Can you please stop hitting me, sir? Bleed reduction, probably not a bad idea at this point. Let's do bleed reduction. Thank you, sir. Oh, they're starting to get tanky. Spawn chance of healing orb. Damage to injured. I guess there could be a chance where this boss is just ultra tanky. Because I do feel like my dude is not doing much.
I would prefer one late game all weapons over for restarts with no weapons.
Hell, dude. I'm a 10-minute maxer. If I play a Vampire Survivor game and I realize it's 30 minutes long, I fucking delete it. I'm like, nah, I can't do it. So you probably know how I feel about endless mode. If I hate fucking 30 minutes, I despise endless. It's probably because it's probably because it gives my eyes a break. If I take a 5-minute break, because then I his overall is a 14-day ban. Because then another video I saw on YouTube tried to make it sound like he was getting permanent banned, but I think they just put that on there for clickbait reasons. So I was like, perma banned? I don't think Twitch would ever go that far. Even though Asmongold does hate showing ads. So if they were to not give a shit about banning him, maybe that's it. Maybe that's the real reason they like Hassan more than Asmongold.
Maybe Asmon should shock some animals.
Maybe that's the reason why they like Hassan more than Asmongold. Because Hassan, I'm for sure, probably adds the shit out of the people who watch him. And it's just a money standpoint. You would think maybe they like him because he's more on the democratic side. Even though he's really like a socialist. Oh, they're going to have more than one boss. I guess he's not more because the final boss would be at 2. Maybe it's just a money-making thing. That would make way more sense. They're really just on his side. Well, I mean, in all reality, it is due to the fact that the people that work there, for some reason, like him, his viewpoints more. I've actually tried to watch Hassan before, but I can only make it so long before my brain starts rotting. And I realize I'm getting dumber by the second.
I think political doesn't get ads. There's a setting.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. I remember Asmongold saying some shit about that. All right, well, it seems that conspiracy theory is myth has been busted. It almost seems like they take less damage. They take less damage the more lives they lose. Just don't get hit by the... For a second there, I thought that they both had a long and short. Thankfully, not the case, I guess. That actually did a shit ton of damage. Where's my cursor? My cursor, dude. I like how I was just talking about how I can't tell where my cursor is. My cursor was literally not even on the screen. It was on my side monitor. There might have been a reason it wasn't doing much damage is because one of my abilities wasn't doing anything because my fucking cursor is all the way on a different screen. Damage taken. Because my cursor on my desktop, obviously I blew it up to be bigger so I could see it. And I could see it off on my right side. I was like, what's my cursor doing all the way over there for? Which I think one of my abilities goes where my cursor is. Attack, reach. Let's do the damage and life lost. So it makes sense.
Having a health scare. No vacation ATM.
The video I watched made it sound like. I like how Asmongold said outside of that he's always been healthy. I find that to be a lie. Like when they like always say that the president is healthy, like Biden or Trump, how they say they're like in tip-top shape. I'm like, that's bullshit. I find Asmongold to be the kind of person who just downs sodas and never works out. So the fact he's like, I'm very healthy. I'm like, I don't buy that. I don't buy that for a minute. Increase attack chance. Let's go damage. It's hard to know because I don't know what the crit chance on my abilities are. I don't give a shit about a reroll. Damage. I also don't give a shit about
Health scare leaving the house, Lafgree.
There he is. I'm sure there are definitely plenty of people who've made YouTube videos about how if he died, it would be a good thing. Some people would just be beyond fucked up. I always love the thumbnails where they show Hassan and it's him like balding. I think the last Asmongold video I saw him, he was talking about Hassan. He was talking about how Hassan's getting fat again. I was like, if Hassan saw that, he'd probably like take that very personal. He seems like the kind of person who would take that as an extreme insult. These people are getting tanky. My ability did 6,000 damage. I don't know if it helped kill anybody, but yeah, we're not doing too well. Oh, they're jumping on me now. They're so tanky. Stop it. Stop jumping on me. I do think I heal off hits. So, okay, it's not bad. I think I have health steal type shit. Let's do ability damage. Because when I get hit, when I jump on them, I think I'm getting my health back. Stop it. Dude, the last boss for sure is going to be super tanky.
Neat crit bad.
I need to pick up whatever the hell this thing is. Oh, dude, I don't have more jumps? That's not good. Fuck, dude. God damn it, I lost my health. I was jumping too much. Oh, I didn't even realize there's like a bigger dude in the group. They are running my ass down at the moment too. Let's get some. I gotta be a little quicker. Because that one dude he's on my ass. A barrier? I didn't even know that was a thing. I think I've gotten a barrier before. I just don't realize that I got it. Hey, we may actually die. They had to have increased the time. Without a doubt in my mind, the level has increased the time rate. Hopefully it doesn't keep going up that way. I feel like this game fell under the Mad Mushroom. Like, I don't even know if Asmongold's still involved in Mad Mushroom, but I could have swore that they published this game. Spawn a chance for healing. Or whatever it is. Oh, movement. More jumps, the better. I just got to make sure to space them out. Dude, they don't charge as fast as I thought. It almost looks like if I use them back to back, like the recharge is slow. I have to space it out even further than I thought. The boss should be coming. What the fuck happened? I can't move. Alright. I think you can get stunned. Oh no, the boss is just beating the living shit out of me. She can stun me. Stop it! If she hits me, I can't move. I don't think I have any stagger, like, way to stop. Because, like, they ask about stagger, but I never pick it up. However, that means she has a 100% chance to stagger the living shit out of me. There's no way I'm beating her. I can only dodge out of it. So if I don't have a dodge, she will kill me. Yeah, there's no winning. Okay, I just need a pre-dodge. I mean, we took one of her lives. So we should take that as a bonus. I'm trying to think of dodging before. I'm trying to get her timing down so I can dodge as she's doing it. Okay. I might be able to beat her if I can just like remember to dodge her attack. All right. However, I have to be on it. Fuck. Okay. We just gotta keep doing that. However, it's a thinking game. I'm just lucky. It might seem like I'm doing it based off some kind of reaction she's doing, but I'm really just trying to time it out. Dude, this will take so long. Shit. We fucked that up. I really think... Dude, imagine we come down to the last life. These are good timings. We get her all the way down to 1, she kills me. Good thing we got a barrier. If I wasn't so old, my reactions, I could probably rely on them more. Fuck, dude. Okay, we're not winning. Wait, I'm a skeleton. When the fuck did that happen? Does that happen after you lose a life? Fuck. I don't think we might have to get rid of the whirlwind strat. Stop. What is the timer? I don't know what the timer thing was about. Well, progress. Oh, if I have the barrier, she can't do it. She can't stun lock the shit out of me. Well, I guess she could stun lock me. She just can't do it when she dashes. She's actually taking a good amount of damage. This is definitely doable if I was slightly better. It's so much. You piece of shit. Plus, there's a mental thing where I'm like, where is my cursor? My cursor's on the other screen again. I think there's a slight chance that I am not doing my damage near her. I do see where projectiles would be better.
This is exactly why Resent is superior.
This, I mean, a poison build would go sick. Now that I said poison, I want to go back to the hunter. Because I don't even think we did poison. I like how we both said range at the same time. Damage lost. Attack speed. Let's berserk it. Problem is I lost my timing. Stop it. Oh, that's what it is. Because I was trying to think about in games. When it comes to range and melee. Melee is always harder. Without a doubt. I couldn't remember which way I went on that. But without a doubt. Melee is always harder. Stop hitting me, please. At least our attack speed's going up. My bleed, I think, is out of control. My bleed is what's killing me. I don't think I have, like, on hit. I think the reason my jump was healing me is because I was killing a bunch of people. Stop. Don't kill me, please. We could do this. I'm doing way more damage. No, the bleed's gonna get me. The bleed's gonna get me. I could do. We were starting to pump out serious damage. Fuck! You discovered. Okay.
Good try.
The black plant. Wait. Okay. Place shards onto it. The obelisk to increase the level of corruption. Shards can also be removed. Corruption increases difficulty, but also grants beneficial bonuses. Increased difficulty does not stack with base difficulty modifiers. Increase experience. Gotcha. All right. Do I have shards? I had one shard. Oh, that's what these purple things are over here. Gotcha. I feel like I should probably... I don't know if putting a shard in there is a good idea. Souls when you pick up. Yeah, I don't know if putting shards into shit's a good idea. Damage to elites. Of course. Wait, well, we put our points in a whirlwind. Is there... I think we unlocked a different ability. Spin 2 spiky balls around you. That's like a whirlwind. Okay, let's put more money into other things. Alright. I have to go, though. Life beckons. Chatters, lurkers, anyone and everyone in
Crazy,
between.
this is only 0.2.
Truly appreciate it as always. Whenever it comes out, let's be real. I'm not going to replay it. I'm out of here though. Chatters, lurkers, anyone, everyone in between. I don't know if I finished it. Anyone, everyone in between. Truly appreciate it. Thank you, Max. Thank you for the gift or whatever they call it. MP5, Cody, Woof, Toxic Diabetes, Lincoln Track, James, Influence. Thank you. Followers, Palamo, Woofy, Trooper, Influence. Thank you for that. Big Vomit. Thank you, Jay. Tony D, Sir Camelot, appreciate. My goal is to be back Sunday morning, which is tomorrow. So the goal is, for some reason I thought, Cody, you put haters, not laters. The goal is to be back tomorrow morning. Mornings work out a lot better for me than afternoons because addiction hits in the afternoons. So it's good to avoid that shit altogether. Enjoy your Saturday. Peace. I'm out.